met with many of you throughout the past month. When many people heard about my intention to seek nomination in this riding, many people asked me, why? Why did you decide to run? Why would you be a good candidate for the NDP in Edmonton-Leduc? And I remember now that the first couple of times I was asked this question, it was a difficult question because so many reasons at once sprang up in my mind. But looking back at it now, I see that it's an easy question, in fact, because the answer stems from who I am and what I've been doing with my life. Over the past years, as a husband, as a son, as a brother, as a student at university and as a teacher at university, as a new immigrant to Canada and a new citizen of Canada, I've seen thousands of examples of people helping each other and making the world a better place. I've also seen people not helping each other, not caring for others, and I've seen how the world changed because of that, for the worse. I've always been of the opinion that when one becomes a public servant, then one takes upon himself or herself a great responsibility not to care only about his family or his friends, but also to care about every single person in society, no matter how they voted in the last election. And ever since I came to Canada, I've been looking at the way the Liberal and the Tory governments have been working, and I couldn't quite make out why is it that they keep failing to meet the requirements for a good government. Why do they not come true on their promises? And one day I understood why it was, and that was that neither the Conservatives nor the Liberals really cared about the people who put them in power. As soon as they came to power, they forgot about the people for whom they were supposed to care, and started caring only for themselves, for their friends, for their family, of course, but also for the companies that support them. And I don't think this is right. I think that a government that only starts caring for its citizens when it's in danger of losing power is a very bad government, and I hope that you agree. And throughout the years, the Liberals and the Tories have unfortunately been able to talk to the citizens, talk to our neighbors and friends and relatives, and make them believe that this is the only way Canada can be, that we shouldn't really expect the government to care for us because people are in power, they have other things to think about. And this is not right, and this is why we have to be out in the communities, on buses, at marketplaces, our workplaces, and talking to people and telling them that this is not the way it should be, that it is good and right for the government to care for other citizens as regular citizens care about each other. But the main problem that we have is that throughout the years, the Liberals and the Tories have managed to make a great impact on apathy in our society. And I believe that all of you that have been engaged in social or political work in Alberta have heard many times things like, my vote doesn't count, I cannot change anything, or the one I like the most, this is Tory wasteland. I do not think that the wasteland is a very good way to describe the place where you live, but I see where that's coming from, and I see why many people would consider Edmonton-Leduc a Tory wasteland. I also see what the reason for laying waste to Edmonton-Leduc is. It's the fact that we've lost public dialogue, and the fact that people have become silent about the problems that they have because they never expect for the government to really care and to really solve those problems. And we should be out there talking to people about this. We don't really need to invent anything when we talk to people because we don't need to tell people who to vote for. The answers are there, they are provided by the Liberals and the Tories in the way that they act. Because every single day they fail Canadians, they fail Albertans on every level of government. On the city level here in Edmonton, for example, we have a city administration that makes important decisions without consulting with the public, and at the same time cuts social programs. On the provincial level, we have a government that carelessly runs the greatest deficit in the history of the province, at the same time giving away large sums of money to the oil and gas industry, and cutting down on education and healthcare. And I do not believe that caring for the environment is really on the agenda for the Stelmach government. On the federal level, we have a government that is so focused on advertising itself, for putting its image everywhere, on television, radio, and newspapers, putting its logo and everything that it can put logo on, and using the stimulus package as a way only to aggrandize the Conservative Party. And this is not really the way it should be. They shouldn't really be so careless about the unemployed and making employment insurance a game or a toy in their hands. And I think that when talking to Canadians, we should first of all tell them what the Conservatives and the Liberals are doing, because this will open the eyes of people and will enable us to help them see what the real situation is, not the situation that's shown on mainstream media, of course. And we can show them that a different Canada is actually possible, despite of the many things and many years that have been wasted on showing people that nothing can be done. We can show them that there can be a Canada in which no one is hungry, and in the past year more and more Canadians are relying on food banks throughout the country. We can tell them that there can be a Canada in which the elderly and the disabled have the care provided to them, the care that they deserve. We can have a Canada in which students do not drop out of schools. We can have a Canada where new immigrants feel welcome and not threatened by the government that doesn't really care why they came here and what they're doing. And I know that this is a lot to ask, and I know that this is going to be a very difficult task to solve, but I still would like to ask for your help. The help that I ask you for is help in proving that Edmonton-Leduc is not a wasteland, that it is a prosperous country which can be run by the people and not by a government that doesn't care for those people. I believe that we have wonderful examples here in Edmonton, Strathcona, for example, an example from Manitoba and Nova Scotia, where people were told for many years that nothing can be done and nothing can be changed, and now it has been changed and things are going in the right direction. I think that the main weapon that we have is the best weapon. It's not big money, but it is the fact that we can tell people the truth, and we're not afraid of telling people the truth. And I think together we'll make a difference and we'll be successful. Thank you very much.